First thing, when people make a business plan, people make a business plan, right, Dr. Farooq?
Oh,
What
yes.
is the what is the main problem with the business plan? The business plan is static, means you write pieces of paper for your bank to give you a loan, and they are sitting in a drawer. They are just sitting over there in your desk, not doing anything. This is the main problem which I faced with the business plans over there. What we need is we need a dynamic version of a business plan. So the dynamic version of that business plan, dynamic version of the business plan is called as Chuck the Business.
That's good name, Dr. Singh.
Yeah, Chuck the Business. Chuck the means uplift your business.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like an equation. It's like an equation. So whenever you write a chemistry equation, what do you write? So whenever you write a chemistry equation, you have an arrow
Mm-hmm.
like this. You have, most of the times it is going in the forward direction. You have something called as products, and you have something called as raw material. If it is a sodium plus chloride is making sodium chloride, and this is a catalyst you're using. What type of catalyst are you using? Heat or whatever, or enzyme. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a chemical reaction. And this chemical reaction is happening in a dynamic state, means it is not static. Similarly, all businesses should be on an equation. Your end goal should be over here, and your starting point should be here. Now, Dr. Farooq, welcome to this business session over here, Chuck the Business session. I am Dr. Singh. As you know, we have talked about how to start a business. And to the people who are watching this video, Dr. Farooq wants to start a neurology telemedicine services. So I'm trying to get into the depth of this, how to line up. The most important thing whenever you have any business plan is, first thing is you need a hypothesis. Hypothesis is you should have a problem, a question, a problem which you are trying to give a solution. Dr. Farooq already is providing telemedicine services to people. He's already providing the solution for a lot of hospitals. He's providing telemedicine services, neurology telemedicine services, and he's trying to already solve the problem. Now he's planning to start his own business out of it. So again, as I told you, first thing is what hypothesis you are, or what question are you trying to solve? That is the number one, and we already know he's solving. The second step, which people try to go with the solution, but solution is the last step. Okay, you always have to have the strategy. Now, strategy is a catalyst. You need to have right people, you need to have right partners, you need to have right vendors, you need to have employees over here. Remember, we have not given the name to the business yet. Name of the business should come later on. But because we are doing the video presentation over here, and so that we can keep on repeating that name, I have already researched the name. So we are going to keep a name which is catchy, which is easy to remember, and which is easy to market. And it can be promoted on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all over the place, but it's very, very easy and for the people to catch. So the name which I have come up, and this is a temporary name. If Dr. Farooq does not like it, it's okay. But what I have come up with is, I have come up with name drbrainy.com. So because he's a neurologist, so I want to keep brain in there, and drbrain.com was not available. So I have kept this name as drbrainy.com. It is easier to catch, is easier to remember, and say, hey, I'm Dr. Farooq, and this is how you should think of me. When you are on a phone call, let's say Dr. Farooq's secretary is on a phone, and he says, hey, this is Sarah from drbrainy.com. It's so
Mhm.
easy, and you don't
It's
have to
very
spell,
funny. Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
that humor is what is we are counting for. So again, if you don't like it, it's okay. It's not like it's none. So, but drbrainy.com is available, and we have to always go with the .com because it's a commercial entity.
Mhm.
Okay. So again, remember the name should be the last thing to think. But again, because I have already done the research, so just going to name Dr. Farooq's business as drbrainy.com. So that it's easier to communicate and converse while doing. So the first step, what we have done is we have a hypothesis, H hypothesis. Then who are the people, partners, vendors, and who are the employees? Dr. Farooq was already sharing with me. He already knows what type of electronic health record he wants. He already has done some homework. He has already done some homework over here. He was sharing with me a lot of things yesterday. We were talking, and he was sharing, and he knows what vendors he wants. He already knows what people he's trying to partner with people from all over the world, especially from Pennsylvania and from UK. Again, if they want to join, it's their wish. But again, we are going to make Dr. Farooq famous first and let people join and follow. So, and what is the strategy? So there are two types of strategies. One is called as blue ocean strategy, and other is called as porter strategy. So now blue ocean and porter, the main difference, I'm going to tell you in a gist, the main difference between these two strategies is this. So in blue ocean, sorry, I should make a blue pen over here. In blue ocean strategy, you are targeting non-customers. Okay. How come, let's say Dr. Farooq wants to give a consultation to a person in Pakistan, and Dr. Farooq's parents are from Pakistan. And so let's say he has a hospital lined up in Pakistan, and he is supposed to treat a patient of multiple sclerosis over there. How will they come to know that Dr. Farooq, there's one doctor in US who gives the consultations? So what we have to target is first, everybody's looking at customers who is with whom you are talking right now. But when I talk as a physician, I always like to extend my non-customer base. How can this customer tell this customer there is Dr. Farooq or Dr. Singh in the market? This only will happen if this customer, the existing customer, talks to the non-customer. If if you if you have this is customer or a patient, and this is me or Dr. Farooq, okay? How will he talk with a non-customer that there's one amazing doctor, Dr. Farooq, available in the market? He can provide a telehealth services. So we need to target non-customers. How will this is word of mouth or this is word of media. Now, word of mouth only happen if this A person meets B person. But in this era of COVID virus era, now because of the social distancing, these two people are not meeting. How will it promote? The only way you can promote is by digital marketing, that is word of media. So whenever you find a happy customer, ask them, hey, can you give me a testimonial? Can exist on drbrainy.com's YouTube channel. And when they're looking for it, so we can market your YouTube videos. Okay. So
And that's good
this
point, Dr. Singh. Yeah.
So it's very, very important because social distancing, you're not talking to the people. So first thing was your hypothesis. Then you already know all your vendors. You already know your vendors. You already were telling me. And this is the strategy, right? So then strategy is divided into blue ocean versus red ocean. What is red ocean? Red ocean is making sure, this is a Porter's strategy condition, making sure you have an Excel sheet of all companies which are providing telehealth services. There should be an Excel sheet which all companies are providing stroke telehealth services, because we need to study them. We need to study their target market. We need to find out what they are not providing, what Dr. Farooq can provide. So Gurmeet can target the services which are not given by them.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
stroke plus general
Because
neurology or anything else, Dr. Singh?
anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. So what we need is we need to have a list of items from all your competition. So when you type telemedicine neurology on Google,
Mm-hmm.
you will find 10, 20 services. First page, second page, third page. Write down all your competition so that you can hand over to Gurmeet and provide that.
So is there any other way beside like Google to find which other companies are there?
Just
You can use similar web.
Oh, okay.
Similar web. So and Gurmeet can teach you how. Go ahead.
You just put the one website which is a big competitor for you. Then similar web show you the other competition as well.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Thank you.
So this is so first thing is a hypothesis. Now you know the hypothesis, you know the strategy. Strategy is divided into blue ocean or Porter's strategy. And here are your vendors, which you already were telling, the people you are going to involve, the partners you are going to involve, and the employees you are going to keep, you already know. Okay. And then vendors can be gas bill, electricity bill, phone bill, all those things which will come in play. Okay. So this you have already told me. Then you come to the legal catalyst. Remember, anything on the arrow is a catalyst, legal catalyst. You need to have a good business attorney. The best business attorney in town is who? Is Wafa Lobo.
Oh, she's great.
She's the best. You cannot go wrong with her, and she will guide you, from point A to point Z. So if you need her number, I can provide you her number, and let me just market her also, because I'm a marketing geek. I'm going to write her over here. Okay. So her email is.
I know her personally. She is very good. She's excellent.
Yeah, but I'm going to market her right over here. So her email is wafa@safeharborlegalplc.net, or you can say you can find on LinkedIn Wafa Lobo. So she will take care of all your legal aspects. Over here in legal, after your drafts are formed, make sure there is no uh, non-compete and everything has to be lined up. And very, very important thing which people will ignore over here. So remember, first thing what? Hypothesis. Again, I'm going to repeat, keep on repeating. Then the second thing is you have your vendors, you have your strategy, you have your legal list. Remember, this non-compete should not only be for you, but let's say tomorrow I join you. Okay, I'm a neurologist. Okay, I should not be, stepping on your toes. So you need to line up your non-compete right now, starting from the day one. Starting from day one, you should have your non-compete for other people who are joining you. Starting from day one. So let's say if you teach somebody about telehealth neurology and somebody else joins you, learns all the things from you and start their own telehealth neurology company. Okay. So you need to be very sure, okay, are you going to put this person on or not? What are where can they practice? Can they practice in US or practice in UK? So you need to ask Wafa Lobo about what should be a non-compete for the other people right away, right from the bat, because you need to be very transparent right from the day one that you will be providing this or not. Okay, very, because clarity in business is very, very important. Remember, so we have point A to point Z. Point A is hypothesis. We have vendors, and this is a strategy. Here's a legal catalyst. Legalities are very, very important. Take care of your legalities first. You have hypothesis, you have your vendors, you have your strategy, you have your legal catalyst, strategy catalyst, legal catalyst. Then you need to write down, think on paper, think on paper, think on paper. I'm going to repeat it many times. Let's say if Dr. Farooq invites Dr. Singh to join his company for primary care. Okay. You need to write down for me step number 1. Phone call comes. This is how you're going to answer. Step number 2, you're going to log into electronic health record and make the notes of the patient. Step number 3, you will need to send the billing over here. As doctors, we are very, very, very poor in submitting the bills. We unbill, we overbill, horrible billing practices. You need to make a format. You need to write down each and every step. If you are not submitting a bill, then you have to kind of deduct the price, what you're paying to a person. Because if you are charging $250 per person and for per patient, and he's not submitting a bill, he's getting paid from you because he has seen patient, but he has not submitted the bill.
Yeah, this is a good point, Dr. Singh. So as you know, in new like EMR, so you cannot even close the visit until you bill, So that is, that can be helpful.
There are some EMRs where you can close.
Oh yeah, right. That's a good point. Yeah.
So you need to write the processes and activities.
Definitely.
So you need, and in the contract, you have to mention that if you are not closing, I cannot pay you because I am not getting reimbursed. So some people do is they pay $10 extra as an RVU for closing the bill or something like that. But I feel, the $10 is not worth it. You say, hey, if you're not making, how can I pay you? So processes and activities should be lined up in an Excel sheet. Okay. So
Mhm.
now comes to the, so first was the hypothesis, then was the strategy catalyst, then we had vendors, then we had a legal catalyst. Okay. And now this is a work in process. You know, Google Docs, you talk to Wafa, get your legal process lined up, and she's amazing. Okay. So, and then you have what? After the legal catalyst, what do you have? You have your process and activities. Before you talk to Wafa, you need to write all your vendors, you need to talk to them, make sure all the things are lined up. Everything has been lined up, process and activities has been lined up, written. Okay. Then comes the financial catalyst. How much money you will require, how much money you need to make in Google Sheet. So make a document, working document in a Google, and write down, okay, how much phone bill, how much website bill, how much marketing bill. So, and that Gurmeet can talk to you about that. You know, how much marketing, how much is this, and he's not expensive. He's a good guy. And how much is domain bill? This, all those little things, everything has to go on paper. Everything has to go on paper. All financial, how much is to start telehealth is not that difficult.
Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more business and management related videos. Press the bell icon for new content and updates.